Hi there, my name is Inbar. I'm the creator of My Lovely Body, which offers facilitations for experiencing self-love and connection by way of embodiment exercises and groups, and also photography, intimate work that I do. In this video, I'd like to share with you meditation, a guided meditation that I use for grounding myself, especially when my mind feels heavy in thought and I get a bit of a headache. It's a really wonderful exercise. So if you'd like to take a moment to join me, that would be wonderful. And find yourself in a quiet space. Find yourself sat on the ground or on a chair, and feel yourself really supported as you sit down. If it feels better, you can also lie down. So as you arrive here, close your eyes and just connect with your breath. Just notice your breath in this moment in time. You can make a mental note. How does it feel? Does it feel shallow and quick? Does it feel long and wide? How far down your body can you sense as the air flows in and out of you? Just bring the awareness. You don't need to change anything. Just notice. When you're ready, feel that you arrive in your body in such a way that you make contact with what supports you in this moment. So if you're sitting on the ground, if you're sitting on a chair, which are the points that you make contact with the ground and what supports you right now? Maybe you're leaning on the wall, maybe you're lying on the floor, and really make conscious contact with your support. And then when you're ready, you can start to imagine that these places where you feel the contact with your support can start to grow roots that a plant grows into the ground. So you can, if you're a visual person, you can visualize, but I really encourage you to try and sense that feeling of being supported, and from the places of contact, the body with the ground, with the chair, with the wall, those places can create and start extending roots into the ground. And as you do that, as you sense that, there might come a sense that you're sort of becoming more heavy, maybe more relaxed in your body. Maybe your breath can relax a little bit as well and sort of almost melt into that support and the feeling that you're extending beyond. When you're ready, bring your awareness to your pelvic area. And particularly here, I want you to find the bottommost part of your torso, the bottom part of your pelvic area. And this one is a specific location. It's the perineum, which we tend to not, talk about a lot. But it's a really vital point. That is the bottommost part of ourselves, and it's a little muscle you can engage. It's right between the genitals and the anus, and you can find it by engaging those muscles, the bottommost part of you. And just be there, just for a moment. Feel that you are so far down your body, your torso, and that it gives you a little bit more of a melting and a grounding into what is supporting you right now. And that point might even want to extend its own roots into the ground. And if it does, let that be the feeling, the sensation. Enjoy that. Breathe into that. And then let's bring our awareness back to our heads, to our minds, and find out, where do you land when I tell you to bring your awareness back to your head? We tend to be very front and top heavy with thoughts, occupy our minds and try to solve problems. But for a moment I invite you to be aware of where you land, and then see if you can bring that a little bit more into the center of your head. What do you need to let go of to help you find the center of the head? You can find this center sort of between the ears, deep inside your head. It's almost like it's the center of your brain. And see what needs to let go so you can arrive there. And what is still left with thoughts, problems that you need to solve, things that you have to do, if that's still left in your awareness, in your mind, I want you to gather all of that, gather it into a cloud formation. And you can really visualize, or again sense how it all sort of swivels and formulate into a cloud. And that might be a really lovely sensation. And then when you're ready, that cloud starts to melt and dissolve into water, into rain. Water is the essence of what forms a cloud. So you bring it back to its source. Make it rain. And when it rains, it dissolves the thoughts and things you need to solve into water. Water that purifies. And again, I invite you to sense, not just visualize, how this water starts to trickle down from your head and finding its way down to the pelvic bowl, down to your perineum, down to the bottommost part of you. And you can feel some water can run down super easily. Some might get a little bit stuck. So invite it to really melt through you, to dissolve those places of contractions. So notice your throat, your chest. You can really feel the water running down and softly, lovingly melting, and continuing the descent, their wash through your whole body and collecting in your pelvic area, in your pelvic bowl. It's almost like they come to rest in your pelvic bowl. Let that be a really smooth transition. So wherever it feels like it's still stuck, bring your attention there and help the water dissolve what is currently contracting. And let it descend. Feel it almost like it opens up, melts away, and grounds. And now that this beautiful, purifying water arrived to your bottom torso, you can feel them collecting. And then you can even imagine that they start to dissolve into the earth, the ground. So you connect again with what grounds you, what supports you right now, the earth and those roots that you've created, that you can sense coming out of you. And the water dissolves into the earth. And from there, new life can come up. So you can imagine that the pelvic bowl is a meeting of heaven and earth, and the water meets the earth and fertilizes the seed or the roots. And you can start to sense something growing. Maybe it's little leaf. Maybe it's a great, beautiful rose. Maybe it's a delicate little flower. Or maybe it's a grand tree. But make it your own. What do you want? What seeds are growing in you right now? Connected from the ground, from the roots, coming up. You can feel that inside your torso, growing from the pelvic bowl up into your heart. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Come back to the space, notice where you are in the room, and see if you can keep that feeling of grounding, rooting, and melting, and also that connection to your own center, the bottom part of you and the center of your body, how it creates and what it wants to create. And that's your authentic expression. That is what is true and right for right now. So whenever you do this exercise, those thoughts and problem solving sort of become something. That's the ground where you can create. So really feel that this is your own unique creation. And enjoy. You can write to me in the comments what came up for you. What did you grow? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me.